What it do, YouTube, man? It is your boy Solid back with another Solid reaction. And today, man, we got how Larry Bird became a legend. Now, Larry Bird became a legend. It's simple, bro. It's really simple. He just didn't quit. This man played second to second. It was never, oh, man, this is the fourth quarter. We down by 30. He didn't care. That's how he became a legend. Larry Bird was a player from point A to point B. Even when he left the league, he still was the same person. This man was a competitor at the highest level. He was a trash talker at the highest level. He was a scorer at the highest level. This man right here, the Vanilla Brother, is one of the greatest players to ever do the game, man. And when we got to be honest about it, we legit have to be honest about it. This guy is probably my favorite shooter of all time. Now, do I think Stephen Curry has a good claim to being the greatest shooter of all time? Yes, he does. But to me, personally, I'm always going to say Larry Bird is the greatest shooter of all time. Like, it just doesn't make sense to put anybody else there. If we would have gave Larry Bird the same reputation that Curry has, it would be, you would see that Curry is like far behind what Larry did. But man, that's just what it is, man. We're going to figure out why other people say Larry Legend became a legend. I think he was a legend from the moment he stepped on the court. When he stepped on it, he knew he wanted to be the best. He was the only kid that was out here playing brothers saying, hey, look, I'm going to win. I'm going to beat y'all, older men. He was playing older black men at parks, running their pockets. Give me that. I needs that above you. That's what made him such a villainous player. Like, people hate Larry Bird at the same time as many people love Larry Bird, bro. You have just as many lovers of Larry Bird as there are haters of Larry Bird. Now, you can see optimal where there's people who are Michael Jordan fans. There are more Michael Jordan fans than Michael Jordan haters. There are more LeBron fans. No, there's not. There's more LeBron haters than LeBron fans. So, you know, it's just like that sometimes. But Larry Bird is the only even player when it comes to people who love and hate him, because people, you have to love what he does, but you also hate him because he took so much from you. He took championships from so many different teams, man. But, man, let's go ahead and get into this one, see what's going on. If this is your first time seeing your boy Solid on your screen, man, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because you know we always drive content just like this. And let's see what's got going on, baby.
In today's video, we'll be seeing just how great Larry Bird actually was.
Here we go.
Larry Bird was among the greatest basketball players of all time.
Between the legs. Give me
what
this.
Made him so
Cookies.
great?
Give me that.
Why does every NBA superstar of his era, like Michael and Magic, speak so highly of him? Is it true that he won because his teams were loaded? Where does he rank among the all-time great shooters? Bird was born into a poor household in French Lick, Indiana. He grew up as a quiet, introverted child who rarely spoke and spent most of his time on the basketball court. He would play whatever role he wanted because of his basketball knowledge. Larry completed his high school career as the school's all-time leading scorer. In Bird's senior year, the Sycamores were unstoppable, winning 33 games in a row to become the nation's best team.
Bro, look at them chops on bro right here.
At Indiana University, he began playing for Bobby Knight, but he didn't like the attention he brought. He then transferred to Indiana State University, where he felt considerably less pressure than he did with the Hoosiers. Larry had a college scoring average of 30.3 points, 13.3 rebounds, and 4.6 assists. The only time they lost was in the 1979 NCAA championship,
and that was to Magic,
when they faced Michigan State, which was led by senior player Magic Johnson. Despite Bird's 19 points, Magic and his teammates celebrated the championship, which at the time was by far the most viewed college basketball game in history. Bird was selected Collegiate Player of the Year, and he finished his career as the 5th leading NCAA scorer of all time at Indiana State.
Went back to college.
He had already been drafted, having been chosen by the Boston Celtics in the NBA draft in 1978. Bird, who had qualified for the NBA as a junior, chose to stay in Indiana, and by the time he came to Boston, the Celtics had no championship spark. Bird then single-handedly created the greatest reversal ever witnessed in the NBA at the time, after successive losing seasons. Boston saw a 32-win improvement over the previous season, finishing with 61 victories and 21 losses.
Dang.
Despite the fact that his Lakers opponent Magic Johnson had an outstanding season and won the championship, Bird was chosen Rookie of the Year with an average of 21.3 points, 10.4 rebounds, and 4.5 assists. He was named to the All-Star squad for the Celtics and finished 4th in the MVP
behind the back
vote.
groceries.
As a result, he demonstrated that he could turn a poor team into a fantastic one on his own.
There ain't too many people who can do that.
The Celtics had a spectacular offseason following Bird's rookie season. Red Auerbach's magic worked. and 2 new faces arrived in Boston. Golden State was robbed by Auerbach, who traded the 1st and 13th picks in the 1980 draft for center Robert Parrish and the 3rd pick, which went to Kevin McHale.
Damn.
Nate Tiny Archibald, an all-star point guard for the Celtics, was also on the team. Cedric Maxwell, a young and athletic forward, and a few well-integrated role players completed the roster. Larry Bird, who finished 2nd in MVP voting en route to a league-leading season, was the Snake's head. The Celtics avenged their previous year's loss to the Sixers, and after a tough 7-game Eastern Conference Finals series, they were back in the NBA Finals. They faced the Houston Rockets, who were headed by peak Moses Malone, the league's finest center at the time. Malone averaged 23 and 16 points per game in the series, but the Celtics were too great of a team to lose by 4 games to 2. For the series, Bird averaged 15 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 assists.
Bro, he averaged a double-double that whole series, bro. He was 3 assists away from a triple-double the whole season. That's like crazy.
I mean, I say season, I mean
playoffs.
Scoring with 18 points per game, was named MVP. Despite Bird's all-around excellence and McHale's progress, the team had 2 terrible years. They were, however, the #1 seed in the East once more. Bird earned the All-Star Game MVP award, but Philadelphia avenged a tight loss in the Eastern Conference playoff by winning in 7 games this time. The Celtics deteriorated even more the next season, placing 3rd in the Eastern Conference and being swept in the 2nd round by the Milwaukee Bucks. Coach Bill Fitch quit after that and was substituted by Casey Jones. The change paid off. The team was revitalized with the addition of young shooter Danny Ainge and experienced point player Dennis Johnson, and they went on to win the NBA with a 62-20 record. Larry Bird finally won the regular season MVP after 3 years of finishing 2nd with 24.2 points, 10.1 rebounds, and 6.6 assists per game. The Celtics marched to the finals, where they faced Magic and his team. The Celtics won their 15th NBA championship in Game 7, with Larry Bird leading them to victory.
And you got to think about that get back that Larry Bird got. He like, bro, you beat me in college and I got to beat you in the NBA, bro. Like the first time I get to play you, I worked you, bro. I gave you the business. Yeah, that's it. That's
Bird
what I'm talking about.
was awarded Finals MVP, and he finally got his revenge on Magic, who beat him in the 1979
That's what I'm saying.
NCAA
That's how I would have felt.
The Celtics were even stronger in the regular season the following year. Bird was named MVP for the 2nd straight year, and McHale was named the 6th man of the year.
Yes, sir.
They advanced to the finals once more against the same opponents. The Celtics looked like they were going to demolish the Lakers as champions after winning Game 1. However, the Lakers, particularly Kareem, had other plans. In 6 games, he averaged 25.7 points, 9.2 rebounds, and 5.2 assists on 60% shooting.
Yeah.
Finally, the Lakers defeated the Celtics in the NBA Finals for the first time in 9 tries.
Come on. Okay, I would have got a little mad
Auerbach
too.
made another smart move after the Finals loss. He sent Cedric Maxwell to the Clippers in exchange for Bill Walton, who became the Celtics' 6th man, while Kevin McHale was promoted to the starting lineup. That year, the Celtics won 50 of their 51 home games, a record that has stood since then and is unlikely to be broken. Larry Bird personally encountered the high point of his game and basketball brilliance in 85.
Hold on, did he say 50 of 51 games? They only lost 1 home game? Hold on. I think I misheard that.
Lineup. That year, the Celtics won 50 of their 51 home games.
Bro, that's crazy. That means y'all, if you a home fan, like if you was a home fan and you had home tickets, you only saw 1 loss the whole year. You saw 1 loss. You knew that was like, that's instant dub. When we at home, instant dub. What do you mean, bro? What do you mean? That is an instant
record
dub.
that has stood since then and is unlikely to be broken.
Yeah, that ain't go. I don't think nobody can break that.
Larry Bird personally encountered the high point of his game and basketball brilliance in 85 to 86. He was well deserving of another MVP award. Several games throughout the 1985 to 86 season demonstrated Larry Bird's never-ending basketball genius, the most prominent of which was the left-handed game.
Yes, sir.
Bird startled his teammates and the media before the game against Portland by announcing that he would shoot the entire game with his left hand. With a game-winning shot and 22 points scored with his left hand, he scored 47 points, 14 rebounds, and 11 assists. That is why he was dubbed Larry Legend by his peers.
I'm going to try to get my daughter to do that this year.
He also set a career high with 60 points against the Atlanta Hawks earlier this season. Almost everything he threw at the basket ended up in it. On their path to the championships, the Celtics won 67 games during the regular season and only 1 game in the playoffs. They were greeted by Houston's Twin Towers,
Yes.
Ralph Sampson and Hakeem Olajuwon, who had just defeated the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
Twin Towers is crazy,
Nobody,
bro.
however, could stop the Celtics, who were one of the most skilled teams ever at the time. Bird deservedly got his second MVP award in the finals. The Celtics had a terrible season in 1987.
Oh, I thought he got it. He did get it.
Unfortunately,
Oh.
their second-round choice, Len Bias, died after the draft, and they endured several injuries throughout the season and playoffs. However, Larry Bird was too good, and the Celtics still progressed to the finals after 2 7-game series against the Bucks and the bad boy Pistons, in which Bird made one of the most iconic plays
God.
in NBA history
Where he
when he
yank.
stole the inbound pass
Give me
from
this.
Isaiah Thomas,
Tippy toes.
winning a
Back to my
critical
boy.
Game 5 for the Celtics. Finally, for the third time in 4 years, the Lakers were in the finals.
Oh yeah, pull up.
Bird added another 24, 10, and 5 to his series total, but it wasn't enough, and Magic won. Bird had one of his best statistical years of his career the following year.
Broke
He
him
scored
all.
30 points a game on 50, 40, and 90% shooting.
God
The
damn.
Celtics made it to the conference finals, but it would be their final appearance as the Pistons finally broke through and defeated them.
Okay.
Bird suffered a major back injury while cutting wood during the offseason.
God.
He missed practically
Bro, come on, man. That shit hurt me, bro. Look at that. Look how he fell,
while
man.
cutting wood during
That is a lot of pain, bro. Hell, that's
offseason.
right there on the
He missed
asshole.
practically the whole 88 to 89 season due to a back problem and surgery on both Achilles tendons. Bird, on the other hand, was better than the majority of the league's players, and despite having to stretch for more than 2 hours to be ready to run, he had been a productive player. He was named an All-Star each of the previous 3 seasons, and he had some memorable performances, such as a game in the 1991 playoffs in which he had a concussion but managed to pull a Willis Reed and return to the game.
There we
The
go.
Celtics won the championship after he scored 17 points in the second half. However, the toll on his body became too much for him to endure, and he
Yeah.
retired in 1992 when he finally joined the Dream Squad with his good friend Magic Johnson.
All right, man, that is the end of this video, man. I hope y'all guys did enjoy this video, man. I think Larry Legend was always a legend. I don't think there was a point in his career where we didn't think he was great, man. Even when he was in college, we knew he was destined for greatness. I really, and this is something that I truly believe, Larry Bird invented the Mamba mentality. We just didn't call it that when he had it. We called it that when Kobe started coming about. But the Mamba mentality, that just killer instinct, that just, I want to win at any given cost. I don't care what it's going to take. If it takes my mind, my body, my soul, I'm going to put it on the line. That's what the Mamba mentality stands for. And that's what Larry Bird did. So I really appreciate everything Larry Bird has ever done for the game. This has to be the coldest vanilla brother I had ever seen in my life. But that's just what it is, man. If y'all guys did enjoy this video, man, hit that subscribe button and like this video, baby, and run it up, baby. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.